Alright, YouTubers, it's Aaron. I figured I'd make a what do you call it, RV video. I had a little issue with the camper over the weekend, and it was that when we turn on the water pump here at our water station, this one right here, we turn it on like this. It starts pumping, but it pumps out. Well, you probably can't see it, but out the window. But it pumps water out. We'll run outside here. Pumps water outside of the camper, which is not cool. City water connection. Well, let's go turn it off here, and I'll give you a little explanation of what's going on. I'll pause the video and come right back. Alright, so I went and turned it on, or turned it off, came back outside, and come out to look at this. This is probably easy for some people, but we've owned our camper and previous campers, I don't know, probably like 9 years or something like that. We never had this issue. Well, long story short, I filled this one up over the weekend, and we was at a place where we didn't have city water, and I know we have a pump and all that stuff, but the last place that we stopped before we put it back in storage, I had messed with this city water connection, and it looks like this filter right here was dirty at the time. Well, I'm gonna try to dig this puppy out here. So, okay, filter, cleaned it out, not a problem, not a big deal. But what I think has happened is I put it like this, where it needs to go like this. See the little nipple? Because what happens is when it's put in with it sticking in, there's a one-way check valve in there. Yep, see that? One-way check valve. Which means when you turn the water pump on in the inside of the camper, this stops it from flowing back out. Because the way that it's all wired in there is when you put this one in, when you hook up to city water, or when you run this one, they both go. This one actually goes to a tank, but where the pump comes from, it draws. When you put the water in, it goes straight into the tank. So when you turn the pump on, it draws from the tank for this one, or if you to put in city water, it goes straight to the same line. There's no way to keep the water from back flowing out other than this check valve. So let's see what happens. And then if you look in the inside of there, when I opened it up a minute ago, there was some gunk up inside of there, and it looks like everything's cleaned out now. So I'm gonna go flip that puppy back on, and let's do this. Put the nipple side out, if you want to call it that. Looks like a outie. And hopefully it's not pushing up against the that mesh right there is not pushing up against the one-way check valve. So let me go turn it on real fast. See what happens. Be right back. Alright, peeps, back. Look at there. Nothing pressing up against it. Honestly, that had to have been what it is. Over the weekend, we spent seriously with no water in the camper. I mean, it's not a big deal. You're out roughing it, but normally, anyways. But I mean, I guess everybody's version of roughing is different. But to not have water to be able to shower or cook with or clean with, whatever, it's kind of an inconvenience. But I guess it all depends on how you live and all that stuff, but we're pretty clean people. So anyways, maybe next time down the road, this may help somebody else. Just keep an eye out. If you're gonna hook up to city, make sure that puppy's sticking out to you, not inside. You would think that, just like when you hook up your garden hose, that you want it the other way around, but it's not. This one sticks out. It's kind of like a duh thing, but you know, easily can be looked over. So anyways, there you go. water pump is on. We'll take you inside and show you. And normally when you go to turn on a water pump, it has to fill up all the dead space anyways. So yep, this guy's on. That's awesome. So easy fix. I thought for sure it was the water pump that went bad, because when we went to this last place, they said that there's a problem with their high water pressure, and that there's an issue, which is not a big deal, but it can ruin like check valves, or from what I've commonly heard, it ruins the PEX tubing inside the camper. Like it'll just blow for us. And right now the camper's all in storage over the weekend, but as soon as we enter our camper, up underneath of this seat right here is our hot water tank, and then the 12-volt pump is up inside of there too. So I had all this ripped apart during the weekend. Took the pump apart to try to figure out what's going on, make sure everything was clean, no diaphragms broke or anything. But turns out, super simple thing. Check valve. I just didn't know where it was at. I knew there was a check valve somewhere, but I figured it was up underneath of the seat. So, anyways, here's proof that it works. Still on. Not leaking outside. Water. Awesome. Alright, hope this helps somebody out. Have a good one, guys.